Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Watch Ponies, and we're finally ready to do what we've always wanted to do, talk about WrestleMania 35. Go Kofi! No, we're gonna be doing a reaction to Season 9, apparently. I say apparently because to a large extent I wasn't planning to do it early on. I kind of got talked into it, begged, pleading, and screaming by Caperon. Apparently he really wants to see my reaction. Big part of me was hesitant to do it because of the impending stuff. Basically, I did see the Season 9 promo video, and I started to tear up, and I started wondering, is it going to be this way in every episode? You know, this is right here is the last season premiere. Am I going to start tearing up at some point during it, crying? And, well, I saw, since I saw the season premiere, or the season video, I did see a spoiler or two. One of them is astronomically big, in my opinion, and, well, there is definitely some potential for feels in that. Which, yeah, that's going to be pretty rough, probably, for a lot of people. And I'm not sure I wanted to have my face on camera crying and whining and screaming like a baby again. But Caperon talked me into it, and, you know, I've also been having a lot of really bad financial problems, so that's been putting me in a mood and just cranky and crabby and tearful at times and just feeling horrible. So that's been another issue that I've been trying to fight with and trying to keep my spirits up from, and I'm just worried that might affect this video too. But again, I'm largely doing this for Caperon, so sorry, it's already happening. Not sure if it's my problems or the season premiere, but, oh well, either way. See, the thing is, though, I was worried, like, is every last thing going to, like, get me a little choked up? Even, you know, like, we all get annoyed by sometimes the crappy Spike episodes. You know, is the last crappy Spike episode going to be in this season, and is that going to hit me? Anyways, let's just ignore that. Maybe I can get through my feelings and stuff if I actually watch some of the ponies. But since I haven't done anything for a while, I'm trying to think of, like, Season 9 hopes, you know, finale stuff. The only thing I can think of is stuff that I've already heard people say a lot, and that's stuff like largely addressing Scootaloo's family situation and her wings. That's the only thing I can really think of offhand. I don't know, I guess I might, the only thing I can think of, I'd kind of like to maybe get, if we are not dealing with any of the characters at all after this season, I'd kind of like to see what's going to happen to the CMCs down the road, how they end up being, if there's somewhere they can hint at that or let us know. See, it hasn't even started yet, and it's already begun. Just the ideas, the implications, the thoughts. So, since I don't have a whole lot more to say offhand, let's just get it going, and hopefully I'll be able to maintain myself a little bit. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, Twilight, let's go in the canner lot. I think I know what's coming here because of the Season 9 promo video.
Yep, I just love a good mysterious summit. What's it about? You think it's a surprise party? Hey, why are we ready? Because something could be terribly wrong.
It's a surprise.
Another evil creature back for revenge?
Don't you think you're being a little paranoid?
Why else would the princesses send scrolls in such a hurry? Good point. They'd know better than to make us worry.
At this point...
Plus, I like it when he runs so fast, the walls get all blurry. Race ya!
You can't beat Pinky in a race. We already know this.
Thank you so much for coming.
What's wrong? What can we do?
That's just it. Nothing's wrong. Everything's perfect. Did y'all call us down here just to tell us that?
With all due respect, Majesties,
Pretty much.
you might want to save your urgent summons for matters that are a bit more, well, urgent.
Well, there is more to it.
Equestria is currently enjoying its longest period of harmony in recent years.
Yeah,
And it's all
I've seen
thanks
this.
to you, Twilight. And your friends, of course.
Who, us? Oh, sure. It's about time you noticed.
I have thoughts about
Because
that
of your
one,
efforts, there's been
that
less
line.
and
I've
less
had time
for
to
us
think
to
about
do.
it since I saw
So,
this.
after much consideration, my sister and I have decided it is time for us to retire.
Breaking news! The royal princess is retiring. I have so many questions.
How can we
Who
get
will take
this
over?
card?
Who will run Equestria? Will it be someone tall, dark, and handsome? Or will it be the Lord of Chaos? Oh, fine.
Discord, your job
Go
is
with
going
the
to be
obvious choice.
marrying Celestia. My thought was that this idea that Equestria is like the most peaceful and wonderful and glorious it's ever been, and I have to, as I hear that, I think of all the stuff we've seen since season 1. Couple of Chrysalis invasions, Starlight Glimmer shenanigans, all the other various stuff, and is this really the most peaceful time that you've ever had? At that point, I think we need as much like
retiring?
alicorn power as
Princesses
possible.
can retire?
Of course we can. I, for one, am looking forward to a little R&R. Maybe a trip to St. Joel's.
And you want me
Also,
to take your place?
Luna spent almost all the time
With the help
not
of your
ruling,
friends, of
so
course.
what are you retiring from? Who's gonna
We
deal
can't think
with
of any
dreams
pony
while
more
you're
worthy.
away?
Over the years, we've watched you
Who
grow.
will watch the
You
night?
face task after
Well,
task, challenge after challenge,
Dashy's always been fond of the,
Yeah, we get it.
and you've always prevailed.
Thank you, but that doesn't mean that we
Shadow
are ready
Bolt's
to do what
uniform.
you do.
Oh, of course you are. I realize this is a lot to take in, but...
Nope. Makes perfect sense. We're awesome. Does this mean we get all your powers? Ooh, I call dibs on showing up in every pony's dreams. You can't be ready to step into their horseshoes just like that.
Well, if the princesses think it's time to retire, we're not a bad choice. We always have Equestria's best interests at heart.
That's a fair point, which should be taken into consideration when we have a roundtable discussion. Well, I'm in. Dumplings will all need a complete wardrobe update. And I would love to pick your brain about main maintenance when you have a moment. As long as we all have each other, I'm sure we can do it.
I gotta be honest, I expected
Protectors
Fluttershy to be
of Equestria
freaking out the
on
most
three.
on this, just because she'd have so much public
One,
attention at this point.
If you're all on board, I guess I am too. Protectors
she'd
of
be-
Equestria! It'll be a bit of an adjustment, but I imagine the transfer of power will be a lengthy process, which will give
Actually, we just need a few days to put together a little ceremony.
a few days.
That's one hell of
That's so soon. Shouldn't there be some sort of training program
Yeah.
that lasts weeks, no, months, if not years?
Everything
Decades.
we've gone through over the years has been
You guys have been alive for 1,000 years. Maybe you can make it a
Okay,
few
but there's gotta be
centuries.
a guide or a rule book.
Yes, I have it right here. How to rule Equestria. By no pony make pretend, Smith.
The friendship journal you wrote yourselves is a better guide
No
than any
pony
we could
make
provide.
pretend Smith.
We have the
The
utmost
fandom is going to
confidence in
create
you,
artwork
and
of
we
that
hope
pony.
You'll have the same in yourself.
I'm just curious as to what it will look like.
Oh, I'm absolutely
You're gonna need a bigger bag.
certain she does.
I am not confident about this at all.
Well, that's what I thought. I was being sarcastic before. What? This is all so predictable. Now's the part where
Also,
you all
Discord
tell
apparently
little Sparkle
takes a lot
here
of care
that
in
everything is going to be fine,
maintaining
but she
his
won't
beard.
believe you. Oh, I don't need to be
I do a
here
little
for
bit.
this.
It's
By the
just,
way, I noticed I
know
look
I
different
said
than
yes,
last time I
but
was
then
on
they said
camera.
in
What do
a
you
few
think?
days, and there's still so much to figure out. It's all happening so fast. I think I need some. Okay.
Well,
I'll
at least I
feel
don't have
much
to worry
better
about that
once
one. I'm
you
pretty
make a
sure it won't be the last
plan.
time Twilight hyperventilates.
Oh wow! It's like you
Knew you were going to react this way? We did.
classic twilighting. Twilighting? You made me a verb?
It's not
Just
a
like
bad
Celestia.
thing. We just know you have a process.
Stage 1. You get big news and you're like, no! But then you pace and you chart, you worry.
It's okay. You go ahead in Twilight, and we'll be here for you.
You're all acting so calm, but this is a big deal. What do we do if something big happens and the princesses aren't there to help?
If you think about it, they literally almost never help.
Seriously, what the fandom has
Sombra
been saying
almost
since
defected
season
to the
1.
Empire, or when Chrysalis pretended to be Cadence, or when Kira came back and absorbed all the magic, or the other time Chrysalis tried to take over, or with Cozy Glow in the school. Am I missing anything?
Pony of Shadows.
Starlight when she was evil.
Discord when he was evil?
Do Flim and Flam count?
See, we've almost always done things without the princess's help. Which makes sense now, because it was all just training for you to take over.
And it worked. I mean, if you think about it, there hasn't been a single villain that we couldn't defeat. Phew.
Oh, here we go.
One day, you'll see. I will defeat Twilight's
DWK is going to be very happy with this now. Although Discord's in it, so it might be a little 50-50 for him. I wonder what his reaction will be if Discord and Chrysalis interact with each other.
T-Rex!
It is Lord Tirek. And what is it now?
I just want to make sure you can see my best friend's rock sculpture from over there.
Oh, God. What the hell? Oh, being summoned by Chrysalis? Supervillain team up. I actually kind of... Okay, I did see that in the promo video, but I forgot about Sombra.
Lord Tirek.
A changeling? See? She gets it.
Chrysalis, Queen of the Changelings. Or at least I will be, when I'm restored to my rightful place. Why did you summon me? What do you want?
Ah! Oh, golly. We didn't bring you. I thought you freed us from Tartarus.
Tartarus? Whoever pulled you from there must have been some pony very powerful indeed.
Lord Solon. CDI. So he's not dead after all.
King Sombra, you have returned. Why did you bring us here?
He didn't.
Who the hell? So we got a new one.
You may call me Grogar.
The Grogar?
I thought that you were a legend.
That name sounds vaguely familiar. Is that a G1 thing?
I assure you, I am very real. And you have all been brought here as part of my plan to rid Equestria of Twilight Sparkle and her friends. Once and for all.
Is this going to be a chance for the princesses, Celestia and Luna, to actually do something? Now that Twilight's in charge?
I am so
That'd be a
sorry,
great
but
reversal.
the name Grofar? It just doesn't ring any bells.
Grogar! I have been away too long if my name no longer strikes fear into the heart of one so tiny. Perhaps a demonstration
No, she doesn't really
of
do
power
fear from
is
what
in
I've been
order.
able to tell. She just does strategizing. In anger. Well, he looks a lot better.
Grogar is ancient and extremely powerful. The land that would become Equestria was a mere collection of farms and pastures until he declared himself emperor of all he saw. I remember hearing tales of his tyranny when I was young.
I have also heard of the first Emperor of Equestria.
So this is pre-Equestrian
I
days.
gave life to the foulest of creatures and allowed them to run wild, taking what they wanted and destroying the rest. My reign was a glorious, fear-soaked epoch of darkness in Equestria.
Until Gusty the Great rose up and banished you.
That
Gusty
fool
the Great.
believed taking my bell would defeat me, but she only weakened me temporarily.
T-Rick is really old. No offense, you look great. But if he knew about you when he was young, we have super different ideas about what temporarily means.
Silence! Spent millennia gathering power, biding my time.
I'm starting to like Cozy a little bit.
Perfect opportunity to seize control of Equestria, and watching all of you. I've seen each
They said
of your
something about a bell. Is that going to be
humiliating
his
defeats
MacGuffin?
at the hooves of 6 puny ponies.
I think that's the
You know
right word.
why they've always bested you?
Because they cheat.
Because they are annoyingly lucky.
I'm just a kid, so...
It is because they work together. Where one is weak,
Evil
another
collapses
is
in
strong,
upon itself.
and thus unified, they are a formidable force. But we shall use their own strategy to defeat them.
If we
What
work
are
together.
you suggesting?
I suggest nothing. I demand that you join me, and together
Mega Pony.
Equestria will be ours.
For anyone who's seen Darkwing Duck.
I don't do ours. I only do mine.
We're actually going to get some characterization now for Sombra, it
will
appears.
destroy any pony who gets in my way.
He sounds a lot like
Such
Blue Blood.
confidence. Go. Try to take back your kingdom. I shall send you there myself. If you prevail, you may keep it. But when you fail, you will submit to me.
And if I refuse this deal?
Then I shall return you to the darkness from which you were summoned.
Fine. But this is a waste of time, as I will crush those who defy me. I will defeat all who get in my way.
I advise the rest of you to prepare to work together.
Working together sounds an awful lot like making friends, so... You two are in luck, because I know all about that!
Oh, God.
Twy!
This is
you
gonna
in
be
here? With the school closed for the summer, I didn't think any pony would be
interesting.
here.
So much to do, not enough time? No!
The thing is, I'd always theorized some sort of supervillain team up with all the defeated bad guys, but it's
Spiraling. We're at the
Rogar and the dynamics I'm seeing here have changed things
Got it.
considerably. It's
Twilight?
a lot most
Did I write
less
down eliminate redundant
pure
lists on my
evil
school friendship
and,
to-do list or my personal to-do list?
absolute darkness than I was anticipating.
Starlight! Oh good, you're here! I need to talk to you.
Okay.
Hang on. I had talk to Starlight written down on one of these. Just let me find it so I can cross it off.
Wow, you are twilighting hard.
You say twilighting too?
Everyone does.
Excuse me! But this is the first time I've ever been asked to run a whole kingdom.
You're right. You're right. So,
Well,
what
your
did you wanna talk to me
sister-in-law
about?
has been
Here
doing
it
it
is.
for a
I
little
wrote it
while.
down.
Maybe she
Starlight,
could give you
have
some
blossomed
tips.
into one of the strongest, smartest, most caring ponies I know, and I can't think of any pony better to leave in charge of my castle and the school of friendship. So what do you think?
What? You want me to take care of the castle and run the school?
See?
Yes? I can't.
See, that's
I'm not
what it's
ready.
like when you suddenly
Remember
have
what happened the
authority
last time you left me in
thrown on
charge?
you.
And now you want me to do it permanently? What if I don't do the right things? What if?
Starlight,
You're
get a hold of
twilighting.
yourself. You've risen to every challenge you've ever
Starlighting?
faced.
Is that a
You can
thing
do
now?
anything you put your mind to. You've got this.
You
And
got this
so do
together.
you. See what I did there? You just said everything you need to hear.
Ha ha ha, nice try. But running a school and running a country are two very different things. Now, if you don't mind, I have 7,432 more things to take care of before I become the new ruler of Equestria.
It was a valiant effort.
I still say you're gonna need a bigger bag. And so he's got full-on mind control.
Heart says Sombra's breached the castle.
Hurry, Twilight. We need you. Do you have Flurry Heart?
I thought you had her.
Flurry Heart's gonna destroy him.
You won't get away with this.
Oh, but I already have. With the crystal heart now in my possession, there is nothing to stop me from ruling the Crystal Empire. Kneel before Sombra. Long live the king.
That went a little bit more quicker than I was thinking.
Thanks for coming so quickly.
Sure thing. But if you're going to be the ruler of Equestria, you may want to work on your penmanship. This looks like it says, Cadence sent an emergency message, Sombra's back, and he's taking over the Crystal Empire.
That's exactly what it says.
But how is that possible? I thought the Crystal Heart had dispelled him into the ether.
I have no idea. But he's back, and it's up to us to save the Empire and my family.
Shouldn't someone
Those
tell
glasses
Celestia
reminded me of
Luna?
something that Discord was wearing, but I
Good
can't
point.
remember what it was.
One of us should probably loop in the real rulers of Equestria.
No. If we're going to run Equestria, we'll need to handle things like this on our own.
Oh, Twilight. Could this mean that you finally have the confidence to ascend to the throne like the princesses believe you can?
Maybe. Unless you'd consider taking care of Sombra for us?
Oh, no. You're absolutely right. You learn how to handle these things on your own.
Wow.
Ta-ta!
Was Discord actually scared?
Handling things on our own is all well and good, but last time we defeated Sombra with the Crystal Heart.
What if he has it already? How are we gonna stop him?
With the elements of harmony. With those, we can defeat any pony, even Sombra.
No. You didn't need the elements the last time you defeated Sombra. And I'm not sure that using them still counts as handling things on your own.
My family is in danger. I'm not
Good enough.
taking any chances.
She's
Good point.
got a point.
Ugh, fine.
What's his problem?
Starlight, can you stay here and take care of the school? I've got you covered.
Okay. This is the first time they've used them since Chrysalis messed with them. I wonder if they're different. If her magic changed at all.
It's cute that you think that will do anything.
It might not, but they will.
Cavalry's here!
How can I be surprised when I'm waiting to show all of you?
You have to
your
get some
greatest
lines in this
fear?
episode.
Oh, Twilight, how disappointing.
Equestria was in your care.
So this
and
is
you
what
let
they
it be
look
destroyed.
You should all surrender. Nothing can defeat
Daybreaker.
your own fears.
Yeah, you'd think so.
We didn't need to defeat them. We just needed to face them long enough to distract you.
Yeah.
It's cute that you think that'll do anything.
Well, that didn't last very long.
You may have won the battle, but I shall win the war!
Yeah, about that.
Yeah! We totally just wiped the castle with that guy.
Ugh.
Thanks, Twilight.
That was fun!
And easy.
As magical battles go, that was a cakewalk. Cakewalk.
Oh, great.
We did handle this pretty well. On
And
our
I expected
own.
her to be walking
Does
in a
this
cake.
mean...
I still don't feel like I'm 100% ready. But will I ever?
Knowing you, nope.
Probably not.
I have you guys, and we have the elements. And together, we've never failed. We'll be okay.
And
Once again, Equestria is safe.
What should we do to celebrate?
thanks to the Powerpuff Girls. And yeah, I was afraid of that.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Cave is gonna collapse and they're gonna lose the elements of harmony. Okay, I didn't expect them to actually shatter. So now Sombra is gonna have to work for the bad guy, Grogar. This, I don't know enough about Grogar and from, like, I'm assuming it's a G1 or G2 or G3 previous. Well, G3 didn't have villains, so it's G1 or G2. But the name sounds familiar enough. I think I may have heard it mentioned in other people's stuff. So I'm going to assume it's a G1 thing, since that's the only one that really had memorable villains of any kind from what I can tell. I don't know enough about him or his character to get any idea of what he might do, what he might think, what he might say, what might happen going forward with him. And the only thing the thing is, he's actually of the working together mindset, which is a really dangerous thing when it comes to evil groups, because, you know, I'm a big fan of the Dragonlance series. One of the things is they always said that evil collapses in upon itself because, you know, backbiting, infighting, evil assholes tend to want stuff that assholes want, more power, more money, more wealth, you know, more whatever, and they end up fighting in amongst themselves over the same stupid shit, and they end up collapsing and being their own worst enemy eventually. However, Grogar does not seem to have that, so, which is kind of like the Knights of Takhisis, again, going back to Dragonlance, where they actually took over the fucking continent just because they didn't fight with each other, and they were knights with like an actual code of nobility and who were actually dedicated toward the cause and working together for the most part. Which, if Grogar is of that mindset and is able to convince his disciples, Cozy Glow, and the others to actually be of the same general gist, that could be really troublesome. My prediction for part 2 is his initial invasion plans will be no. I think I'm going to predict that he won't even be revealed to the main 6 until like the end of the episode, and then defeating Grogar will be the season 9 plot. It'll be like an overarching thing going on throughout the season. At least that's my prediction. That's what I'm going to go for. Only one way, of course, to find out for sure. That is to bring up part 2 and begin playing it, which is... Where is it? There's the file. And there we go. Previously on My Little Pony. Now I don't need to watch the replay. I guess I'll let it play. It'll be harder to sync it up afterwards. Though, if they do have Grogar getting, in this invasion attempt, being defeated at the end of this episode, I do expect it'll be some type of infighting that does it. They eventually reach a point where different goals conflict, and they just can no longer get along. I mean, the thing is, I keep on thinking Cozy Glow doesn't seem to be the kind of person who wants to be second Same with T-Rex, same with Sombra. They will probably they may all unite against Grogar. Come to think of it, too. That actually wouldn't be far-fetched. I don't think Grogar might go too far, or might piss off his follower, his team, and they'll just work together to takes him down or kick him out. And then it'll become like a three-way fight, the main six against Grogar against the team of enemies.
But you led me right to the source of your power. Now that it's destroyed, nothing can stop me.
He's right. With the elements
And you've
gone,
beaten
I
enemies
don't know
without
if
the
we can
elements
defeat him.
before.
And we'll just have to beat him the old-fashioned way.
Remember, they were stone actually when you found them, so who knows? They might be able to repair themselves within certain elements, situations. But remember your elements and stuff.
You're no match for me. I will finally rule the Crystal Empire. Wait, with you out of the way, I will rule all of Equestria.
No!
Oh, yes. And I think I know exactly where I'll start.
Don't you dare say it.
Your sweet little hometown.
You leave Ponyville alone!
Or what? Without your elements, it would be so easy to control you.
Oh boy. Famous last words right there.
Ponyville is already your greatest fear.
So if people, when they're under his control, if they're just being ruled by their greatest fears, I guess it kind of understands why the
Everfree Forest under control. And now it's gone. Sombra
why the
will take
Crystal
over
Ponies were
Equestria,
so
and it's all
miserable
my
under
fault.
his rulership.
I knew I wasn't ready
Imagine
to take
having
the
to spend like
princess's
50
place,
years
but I never
doing
thought
nothing
I'd
but
mess
living in
up
a
this
world of your
badly.
worst nightmares.
What are you looking at me for? This is usually when you
I
say
got
something
nothing.
funny to lift our spirits. Sorry, nothing about this is funny to me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be strong, but I just can't bear to think about poor Sweetie Belle under the spell of that monster. Or those sweet little cake twins. Or Spike, or Starlight, or Angel, or any pony forced to do that monster's bidding.
What the? Twilight? What are you doing?
We can't just stay here. I don't have a plan, and I don't know what I'm gonna do once we get out. But we can't just sit here and let Sombra make slaves of every pony we love.
Let me help. I'm faster.
There you go.
I've been known to get my hooves dirty.
Move over, y'all.
Normally, I wouldn't dream of digging, but right now, show me the money.
That's rarity. She'll break her promises. Oh God.
Apple Bloom! It's me. Look at me, Sugar Cube. Twilight, you gotta free her. Please!
Nah, not enough.
I can't. Without the elements, my magic isn't strong enough to stop Sombra.
Starlight. I was hoping Starlight might actually still be in the Resistance.
Spike, where are you going? Starlight?
We must lay siege to Canterlot.
No! Snap out of it, you two! You're stronger than his magic!
Sweetie Belle, please stop. I can't get her to stop. I can't get
None of us can. We can't reach them.
Oh God.
He made them bake a black licorice fruitcake that says congratulations to our favorite Supreme Emperor King Sombra and Queen Frosty. It's the ugliest cake I've ever seen. Twilight, this is bad.
I don't even know what to say. This is a lot. like, not since Elements of Harmony have they been this
I know
dark.
how to free them, but I don't know how to stop Sombra. Every pony was so sure I do such a great job. Well, this is exactly what I was afraid of. Could anything
Oh, yeah.
else possibly go wrong?
Well, with the Tree of Harmony gone, the Everfree Forest could grow out of control and threaten the town.
Oh god, no. I've forgotten about that as a threat. It's been a while since it's been an issue.
Even if we figure out how to defeat Sombra and bring every pony back to Ponyville, if we don't stop the forest, there won't be a
Is there some way you can bring back the Tree of Harmony? It grew sentient and might be redeemed, resurrectable.
For our friends,
For our families.
For our home! For Equestria!
You! Break it down!
Yup. God, this is just horrible.
They fled. Celestia and Luna are too cowardly
I'm-
to stand against me. Equestria...
I'm beginning to think they won't actually turn things around. We haven't even seen Grogar either, or the other members of her team. It's been all Sombra so far. Could that be the way that they're gonna do Season 9? Like, every few episodes have one of those group do their plot to try and take over? And maybe masterminded by Grogar, who will reveal himself in the season finale?
Too fast.
We have to keep trying!
There we go. Now you finally they get to show up and do some damage.
I know we're supposed to be able to handle things on our own, but I've never been happier to see two ponies in my whole life.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're still alive.
This on their own.
Star Swirl, the Tree of Harmony, it's...
I know. I alerted.
Oh
the
yeah, and
princesses as soon
you
as
got
I
your
I felt it when it happened. Like part of my essence just ceased.
I'm trying to think of the word.
I know what you mean.
Those are the pillars.
Sorry.
Don't be. I've more than enough magic in me to keep the Everfree Forest under control.
You can do that?
The pillars and I planted the Tree of Harmony. Who do you think kept the forest under control before it did? Will take time, but with the princess's help, I can keep it at bay.
Great. Now all you have to do is worry about the huge war in Canterlot.
Yeah! Go get 'em, Beauty!
Oh, I know. The yaks. The
Sombra's back, and
sea
he's taking
ponies.
control of all of our friends.
The griffins, all the allies and friends that Twilight has and her friends have made over the previous seasons can come back and beat all the villains.
Now we're back to just one problem.
At this point, that's all I can do is sit there and make predictions. Oh, sassy saddles.
Aw, every pony's all evil-y. Sombra's gonna force us to fight our way through our friends? Not if I can help it.
The Wonderbolts.
Okay, guess we need a different plan.
Twilight? I don't know. I'm not prepared to fight against the citizens of Equestria. I guess that's one more thing I'm not ready to do.
Well, we better figure out something quick, because none of them seem to have a problem with it.
Oops, sorry about this, Fancy Pants.
We promise we'll let y'all out as soon as we can.
Will I go here?
Who's gonna take down the Wonderbolts? Oh god. I'm waiting for the Twilight Starlight showdown. She doesn't seem to have the personality or mindset of her previous life, so she's just like largely a what do you call it? Automaton, so she's not as dangerous as she would be otherwise, but still she still got pretty powerful magic.
Holding them off isn't what we need anyhow. We need to get inside.
We can't just leave them here, all possessed and zombified. What do we do to them?
Discord,
I don't know.
do something.
We can't stay here. I'm sorry we couldn't help our friends, but I didn't know what else to do.
At least we're inside.
Yeah, all we have to do now is defeat King Sombra.
We...
Oh my. No elements, no princesses? Seems like you're in a bit of a pickle. Or are you in more of a jam?
Discord, what are you doing?
Counting you.
Well, I was going to hang these up all over the castle to celebrate
things don't seem to be going very well.
coronation, But apparently it's a bit premature.
I'm so glad to see you. We could really use some all-powerful Lord of Chaos help right now.
Moi? Oh, I couldn't.
This is plenty chaotic. He's a fan. Actually, that's pure pure control is what's going on here, which is actually to some extent everything Discord would despise, I would think.
Fine. Just to be clear, I was really rooting for you to do this on your own and parlay that confidence boost into being the best protectors of Equestria you can be.
A little less talking and a little more helping.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Thank you, Discord.
I don't know what we'd do without you.
Okay, King Sombra, time to give up the
Well, one of their biggest strengths is their friendship, so using out your ally Discord, your buddy, would still be fitting.
Well, I guess it's on me to be the MVP today. I was betting on you, and I do hate being wrong. Although, if you think about it, I am your friend, so maybe you win because friendship wins? Although Fluttershy should get most of the credit for that. She's my friend.
Well, a lot of people feel that way. Oh shit. Discord took a bullet for Fluttershy.
Not even the Lord of Chaos can stand against me. I am truly the most powerful creature in Equestria.
Discord! We need you!
Discord's faking it, I think.
Discord!
I'm so glad you're okay. We can't
Discord's
beat it
gonna
without
make-
you.
You couldn't beat me with him either.
Discord's gonna make you do it yourself.
It would appear that you're on your own.
You need the confidence. You need to know you can do it without Discord, without the elements of harmony. You can do it on your own.
We're doomed?
Of course you are. I can't believe it's taken you this long to realize it. Now, how shall I eliminate all this clutter in my throne room?
Listen to me. You don't need me. You don't need the princesses, and you certainly don't need the elements. Fluttershy, you will always be kind. Applejack, you will always be honest. Rarity, you'll always be generous. And Rainbow Dash will be loyal as can be. Pinky will always bring laughter wherever she goes. And Twilight, you are and always will be the embodiment of magic. You lost sight of what's in front of you. You're here, together, willing to give everything you've got for Equestria. Nothing, and no.
You got enough energy to give the speech, I noticed,
take that
Discord.
away from you, because that's who you are.
It's going going to take more than a sentimental speech
Nah.
to save you.
We're playing by
Discord's
South Park
right.
rules
We've
here.
proven time and
Gay
time
speeches
again that
always
the real
win.
magic is the six of us working together.
Right,
With
Kyle?
these girls by my side, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of what you can do or how much power you have.
Should be.
You may knock us down, but we're gonna get back up again. And again. And again. As
Something
long as
tells
we're
me.
together,
Oh,
we will never stop trying
maybe
to
this
defeat
is actually part of the job here.
For our friends. For our families.
for Equestria.
The guy, the bad guy behind it. I'm forgetting his name. It's blanking. But
Can't be possible.
maybe perhaps his entire goal here is just to watch and see what happens, so he can judge Twilight's strength and power, abilities,
And we keep
and all that
telling
stuff.
bad guys.
But y'all just don't seem to remember.
He's just the pawn being moved around the board to test the other player's strategy. Well, bye-bye. Well, it does seem that he's been beaten. Sweetie, and Best Pony's been saved, Sweetie Belle. Well done.
Oh, do you want more juice?
Only if it's not too much trouble. And it's red. And it has
And
one
here
of
I
those
just
little
thought you wanted a
umbrellas
small glass of
and 2
water.
cherries. No, actually, make it 3. And maybe some donuts.
I see you've made yourselves at home.
Celestia, Luna, I know what you're gonna say. I should have called on you as soon as I knew how dangerous it was. A good leader knows when to ask for help, and I didn't. And because of me, the Tree of Harmony was destroyed. Equestria deserves some pony much better than me as its leader.
You're right.
Oh,
About one thing. A good leader knows when to ask for help. But a great leader has the courage to admit when they've made a mistake, and the strength to make it right. Today, you've proven to me beyond any doubt that you will be a great leader.
will be?
Luna and I have decided it may have been a bit unfair to thrust this upon you without giving you
Yeah,
the time
no
you need
shit.
to prepare.
Besides, the bronies will have a
Thank
freak out if
goodness.
you're gone
I
for
really
the
wasn't
for the
ready.
entire last season.
Not ready.
We still need our
So
Luna
Twilight's
episode.
not taking over? This was all for nothing? I pretended to be very hurt and gave one of the most convincing speeches of my
Of course.
Ended?
Of course, you don't think some would-be king could actually hurt the Lord of Chaos, do
Of
you?
course not.
Anyway, as I was saying, I pretended to be very hurt to convince you that you didn't need anything but yourself to be the incredible leader I know you can be. And now it's not happening?
It will, but when she's ready.
How can she not be ready? What a waste of a perfectly wonderful speech!
What's the fun with making
Honestly,
sense
I don't know
anyway?
why I even bothered.
So, he could have ended the whole Sombra thing
Pretty much.
whenever he wanted.
But he didn't because he cares.
That's Discord for you.
He sure has a weird way of being supportive.
Super odd dude.
I heard
Well.
that.
And a call back to the first episode. Or
Also, truth be told,
First episode he was
Celestia
in.
and I had fun today, fighting side by side with Star Swirl for our home. It's been years since we've gotten to do what you girls do. You all make it look so easy.
Well, we are kind of an awesome team.
Every adventure is heart-pounding, but so rewarding.
I'm up for anything, as long as it's with all of you.
Life certainly hasn't been dull since we met.
and
Nowhere
here,
else I'd rather
drop the
be.
ball.
We are
Bomb.
pretty incredible together, and we would do anything for
So are we gonna be
Equestria.
dropping the bomb and bringing
Yes, I know.
Chrysalis and the other
When the
group
time
in
comes,
here,
as long as we're
or is that gonna
together,
be
we
later this
probably-
season?
We definitely got this.
Whenever you say we got this, I want to say together.
Now I'll say something nice about centaurs. T-Rex, you say something nice about changelings. And Chrysalis, you say something nice about ponies.
Never!
Let us hope the 3 of you will be enough for my plans.
And what of King Sombra?
Did he succeed?
Of course not.
I'd say he gambled and lost. But at least he can serve as a warning to those who doubt continuing with my plans, unless any of you have doubts.
Not I.
No.
I'm good.
Then we
Yeah.
shall join
Well,
forces
Chrysalis and
work together
T-Rex
to bring Equestria
are
to its knees.
old enough to remember who he is, and that they need to obey. And Cozy Glow, she's more of a, well, wanting to be the Empress of Friendship. I think she kind of acknowledges her own limits in terms of raw power, so it's not like she's in a position to disagree. So that makes for an interesting thing. That was well, I needed a bit of a stretch there, sorry. But I guess I will say, I think this is my favorite premiere so far. I was a little bit quiet towards the middle, just because it got kind of dark, and I was just more interested in watching and experiencing it. And it was honestly amazing, and it's, well, it's kind of sad to see the show going. It's kind of great to see it's still able to work its magic, and, you know, I mean, it's kind of like Gravity Falls, that I never actually watched the final episode, but they wanted to quit the show before it just became old and stale and crappy, and it's nice to see to some extent the ponies doing that, and they'll continue on with G5. Hopefully that's good. Well, I guess we'll find out later. I haven't heard anything about what it even is, the premise of the show, of the new version, but I'm going to go away for a little bit. This isn't actually me. I just need to pee, so I'm going to stop recording, and then I'm going to come back, and then maybe talk to some people, and maybe I'll record some more thoughts on it later.